Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. Oh my God, I have to be honest with you guys. I cannot remember the last time I was this exhausted. I am fucking exhausted. I have I gotta get that energy. I gotta reach deep inside for the energy for this show because I feel like I could literally pass out doing this. And I have Jake Yacovetta's show tonight, so I gotta really try to find a way to wake up. I have not stopped streaming or working all day, all year. I really have taken no time off. I'm very tired. But here I am, and that's a good thing that I am working, I guess. So, things to talk about. As always, Brett Hankinson, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. I guess we'll just keep on fucking saying that. It's like 180 days in a row that they have not arrested them. So maybe at some point in the future, at some point. Yeah. All right. Also, other things going on in the world, in the planet, in the entertainment sphere, and the political sphere. Those seem to be the two main things that we talk about on this show. We're saying goodbye to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It has been a long ride with them. Somehow I've managed to never really have sat down and seen an entire episode. So there's that. Seems like it's impossible that I missed all of them, but finally it is coming to an end. Also, I want to talk to you guys about Big Brother because it's become incredibly problematic. Still love the show, but it's not a great season, and it's definitely yikes. Definitely a yikes. I don't want to give a non-spoiler review of Tenet. I told you guys I would do that today, so we'll be talking Tenet. And then also highlighting that time that Donald Trump asked a reporter to take off his mask to ask a question. There is that as well. And then I saw my dear love Jeff Snyder broke a story for Collider that Borat 2 not only is in the works, but already filmed and has been screened by some Hollywood peeps. So that is wild. All that and more here today, live with Roxy. Also, as always, Super Chat, Streamlab, all that great stuff. Definitely the Super Chats and Streamlabs have been on a lull recently. I'm sure you guys are going through it right now, just like I am. So I do get it. It's a really fucking challenging time. So we're just going to keep on trying to do this together, guys, and see what the fuck we come up with. Fingers crossed that we all figure out a way to make it through. Sir Joker 40 in the Super Chat says, hello, Rox. Getting a new Joker tattoo in Sir Joker fashion. I was watching a video. They're discussing replacing or not replacing Chadwick. Thoughts? Stay phenomenal. What's your new Joker tattoo going to be? Curious. In terms of Chadwick, no, I don't think that they should replace him. I think it's strange and will feel uncomfortable to just not address it and have it be a different actor. I think that Shuri should take over the mantle. I think you can make it years down the line. Or if they ever do want to replace him, then we need some serious time off. It just feels off to me. But, you know, a lot of people think they should replace him, and I think that that's a valid thought process as well. Just I won't be able to – I've never been able to separate the art from the artist anyway. But in this, I just think it will be too overpowering and shadowing. And if you're that actor, gosh, I wouldn't want to fill those shoes. Very, very challenging. Going into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see. This one was coming in after yesterday's show from Morse Code Z, who said, caught up on your weekend Monday afternoon, felt the need to escape from the outside world this weekend, and wasn't up early enough to catch your stream today. Glad you seem to have a mostly enjoyable weekend. Also about Sunday. Damn. Thanks, Morse Code. I know that it fucked up the stream because of the internet, but at least we were in bathing suits having margs, right? At least there was that. Morse Code, you're awesome. Appreciate you. Texas Teacher. Oh, good. Texas Teacher back in the house says, had a rough few weeks, but I'm still clean and sober. Fuck yeah, Texas Teacher. Close to 2 months, I've been catching up on the whole Ray Fisher thing. And the first time I heard of it was when you called, I'm going to ignore the rest of that comment. But thank you, Texas Teacher. The Ray Fisher thing. Yeah. I actually don't even really know what you're talking about there. Was that on a live stream or something? Let me know. But yes, I'm so happy that you're clean and sober. 2 months is a massive accomplishment. You can do this. Every day is a new hurdle, but you've got it. I'm sure it's been a rough few weeks. I feel you on that, but really, really proud of you. And so are all the rock stars. So please, everybody, send bunnies for Texas Teacher. Happy to have you and happy to have you in the best state that you can be in, which is a clean and sober state. Sir Joker 40 says all 6 of the Jokers in a collage. Wow, damn. I want to see what that looks like. Let me know. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strikes says, hello, Roxy. Love you. Love you too, Glenn. As always, thanks for hanging out with us and giving us a show today. I know your days are been busy. Much respect to your grind. I hope you and the Rockstars band have an enjoyable rest of the day as possible. Peace and love, y'all. Guys, if we could all just like embody Glenn more in our lives. I need Glenn's energy and spirit and meditation and practice and all of those things at all times. Thanks, Glenn. You are a doll. Ryan White in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, I am planning on watching The Boys Season 2, but not until it's all available so I can watch all at once. Will you be doing spoiler reviews on a weekly basis? If so, then I will try to watch week to week. I'm on episode 3 right now. I haven't finished 3 yet. I know they only dropped 3, so I'm trying to pace myself a little bit. I probably will not do a spoiler review every week unless you guys want me to for the last few minutes of the show. I'll probably do spoiler free, but maybe. When is the final episode airing? And what do you guys want me to do? Let me know. I can do whatever. I probably will be watching every week. So just let me know. Also in the super chat, thank you so much for your support in here, guys. Greg LeBeau said, hey, I don't know if you've been asked today, but how are you mentally? Thanks, Greg. No, I definitely don't think I've been asked today. I'm okay. It's been a really shitty time and a very heartbreaking, lonely, fucked up, lost, confusing time. Did a lot of thinking yesterday. I was in the car yesterday for probably about 5 hours because I drove back from San Diego and then I had to run some errands and I had to check on a friend's apartment who's out of town, and then I went over to my cousin's and I was dropping off her birthday present, and I just was in the car all over the city for hours and hours by myself, and just was doing a lot of thinking about where I am and how I got here. And I've been talking, I talked to Steph about this the other day, but a lot of people say like don't live with any regrets, because everything you've done has got you to where you are, and there's reason for that. But like, I have a lot of regrets, and there's a lot of things if I could go back I would change, and I can't, so there's no use in really thinking about that. But I think I've made some pretty big mistakes in my life, and I'm having a hard time swallowing that pill, I guess. So I was thinking about that a lot yesterday, and a lot about what I want to do in the future and moving forward, and really making strong, positive choices for me and for my loved ones. So yeah, mentally, I'm okay. Definitely been better. For sure been worse. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that greatly. And yes. Chris McGovern says, Roxy, I hope things are getting better. What's the latest on the cable guy incident? The internet guy, awful. And my landlord situation's awful as well. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Still no internet. I'm still paying for AT&T, and I have not had 1 day of service for AT&T. So that's $150 I've paid them so far with 0 internet. Thanks, AT&T. You guys all fucking suck. Yep. Of all the yaps. When you guys are, I don't know if you guys know this feeling, but when you're so tired, you feel like ill. It makes you feel like nauseous how tired you are. That's me right now. Here I am. She is me. All right. Continuing to talk about other things that don't make us want to off ourselves. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is finally going away. the amount of texts I got about this was kind of fucking wild. There's so many people have something to say about this, and I get why. It's been a staple of television for many, many years. This is what Kim Kardashian posted on her Instagram. She said, "To our amazing fans, it's with a heavy heart that we made this difficult decision as a family to say goodbye to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. After what will be a 14-year, 20-season, hundreds of episodes and numerous spin-off shows, we're beyond grateful to all of you who have watched us for all the years, through the good times, the bad times, the happiness, the tears, and the many relationships and children. We'll forever cherish the wonderful memories and countless people we've met along the way. Thank you to the thousands of individuals and businesses that have been a part of this experience. Most importantly, a very special thank you to Ryan Seacrest for believing in us, E for being our partner, and our production team at Buna Murray, who've spent countless hours documenting our lives. Our last season will air early next year in 2021. Without Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I wouldn't be where I am today. So incredibly grateful to everyone who's watched and supported me." Okay, that's pretty much the end. Just goes like that. Kind of wild. I wonder what percentage of this had to do with what's going on with Kanye West and Kim and Kanye more specifically. Also, 14 years and 20 seasons is a long time to be doing something. I know either, who is it, Khloe or Kourtney, one of them had been like taking a major step back anyway. A lot of them have been focusing on their beauty brands, especially Kim, Kylie, obviously. I think Kourtney's got that clothing company, Pretty Little Things, something like that. Everybody kind of seems to be going in different directions, and maybe they were just exhausted of it, but maybe it does have to do with Kanye stuff. I mean, he has, I'm pretty sure, been diagnosed as bipolar, and Kim has made some statements about it and feeling like she needs to take care of him, and maybe not wanting everything there to be documented anymore. I don't know. I truly have never seen an entire episode of the show. I'm sure I've been at friends where it's been on in the background or it's popped on TV here, but I've never sat down to watch this. I've always had a lot of love and respect for the Kardashian family, as a lot of people do not, but I really do. I think it's unbelievable, the empire they've created. I don't think that can be taken from them. I think that Kris is a genius. Whether you want to say evil genius or not is up to you, but I just think she's a freaking genius, and how she's been able to maintain the level of success that she has for her entire family. She is the ultimate momager, and just all of them being as massive and massively successful as they are is wild. They are set for life. Their families are set for life. Their kids are set for life. And I have to respect the game that they've played. It's truly unbelievable. I think a lot of people will be sad to see this show go. I think a lot of people are like me, where they've never seen it, but it's worth discussing because we talk about entertainment news, and this is one of the largest pieces of entertainment news we've had in a while. This show going away is huge. I think it's going to be really bad for E that this is going. We already know that they lost E! News. This going away, I don't know how E! really survives if they don't have the Kardashians and they don't have news. What do they have? So we shall see. But yeah, this was a big one. This was a doozy. Let me know what you guys think in the Super Chat and the Streamlabs. Are you a big Keeping Up with the Kardashian fan? Are you happy that this is leaving? Do you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns on this? Let me know. While we're on the topic of reality TV, let's talk about this competition TV show called Big Brother. You guys know I'm Big Brother obsessed. We're on season 22. It's Big Brother All-Stars, which means it's supposed to be one of the sickest seasons ever. However, unfortunately, it is not. It is not. Again, if you don't watch Big Brother, maybe this is still interesting to you guys or relevant to you guys. Typically on Big Brother, there's the people who watch the show. So the show is on 3 times a week, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. But because they are in a house and they cannot leave that house, there's what's called the live feeds. And that is 24/7 updates and feeds. You can literally watch them 24 hours a day. And a lot of people watch them and then tweet about it 24 hours a day. And you can see what they're doing at all times. So the viewing experience for the people who are watching the just 3 hours a week, which is highly edited, versus the people who are watching the live feeds, is incredibly different. And what I found is, since the live feeds, people who watch the live feeds, every season, there are a few people who come out looking really horrible on Big Brother. Sexist, homophobic, racist, anti-Semitic. And this season, it seems like ding, 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 racism is at an all-time high on this show. Now, I'm not positive because you don't know where somebody's heart fully is. And I'm not watching all of the live feeds. However, I'll paint to you guys the picture of what's happening and then kind of give you some of the details on it. Christmas is the name of a girl on the show, a woman on the show. She is a white, blonde, fitness guru, like workout person. And she, this season, this week, is head of household. Head of household is the person who nominates which two people are put on the block for possible elimination that week. There are two black women in the house. One of them's named Day, one of them's named Bay. Christmas put up Day and Bay on the block. So just doing that alone, I feel like you have to either have hatred in your heart or be truly, truly ignorant. If in 2020, we're not talking about like there's 4 people left. There are so many people left in the game that she could have put up. And it's 2020, the year of fucking BLM. Like, we are out in the streets fighting to save our black brothers and sisters' lives. And it would be one thing if they had like done anything, but they just really haven't. And Christmas, like, even optically, to know in front of everybody and on national television, you're putting up the only 2 black women in the house next to each other on the block against each other. It's like, are you fucking stupid? Or are you hateful? And then so that's what we see happen. And then from the live feeds, she says things like, they're always angry and they're going to stab me. They're going to shoot me. Like shit like that. That's like microaggressions times a bajillion. And then there's a lot of different people who are being problematic here. Then there's a guy named Tyler who, like, apparently, which I didn't see at all, but Tyler apparently says he'll like put himself on the block if we can take one of them off, because that's how much he doesn't want them to go home. But then he wasn't allowed to do that. And Tyler's girlfriend was an old contestant on the show too, so she started tweeting about it. She's like, my husband's heart's or boyfriend's heart's in the right place. You guys don't know him. It's just so always on this show. You see the true ignorance / possible hatred / just like grossness in general of people sometimes. And it's hard to watch. And I know a lot of you guys don't watch Big Brother, but on top of all that, the less important part is that the season isn't interesting. They got rid of the most interesting person on the show by far, Janelle, and then got rid of her partner in crime, Kaser. So, like, if you're going to have a show where people are like borderline and maybe definitely racist, but then also the season is not good at all, like, I feel stupid for watching it right now. It's just like, Marvin says, not the first time Big Brother had a racist person on the show. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, every season there seems to be something, and it's just not a good look. Not to mention, every single time Julie Chen signs off, I'm Julie Chen Moonves, I'm like reminded that this industry is a weird ass place. The fact that she is still working there, and now has started incorporating Les Moonves' last name into her sign off. Just strange. Strange. My dear friend Dwayne Burke says, call me Jewish because Christmas is canceled this year. Yeah, I mean, she's going to have a hard time after the show. People do not like her right now. And this happens often, guys, where on Big Brother, you go on, you think you're great, and then you come off and you are back into the real world and you like lose your job and shit because you did some fucked up shit. Just, ugh. And like, how, just again, you have to be not paying attention or like a member of society to think, I'm going to put up 2 black women pitted against each other and use words like angry or whatever, and America's going to love me. Ugh. Christmas, what the fuck? What? She like was definitely egging her on. She's just like, here we go again. It's like, oh my God, Christmas, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? All right. Moving on from Big Brother talk, let's get to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. One came in from Leonard Kim. Hey, Roxy, stay strong and keep pushing forward. Whether good or bad, reflection is good for you, and hopefully you've got some answers for yourself. By the way, I did the hair. It's got a simple, sophisticated look. Sorry if that sounds weird. No, it's really nice. I appreciate it. I keep going back and forth with this thing in front, this one in front. Do I go dual in front? Do I just do one in front? But I do appreciate it. And thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I did get some answers, I think, but also something that I've come to realize is like sometimes in life you're wronged, and like you might really not have had say in that, and you've been wronged, and then you just like have to keep moving on because you've been wronged. And sometimes you're wronged by people who hate you, and sometimes you're wronged by people who love you, and are just not capable of really loving you. And either way, you just kind of have to suck it the fuck up and shake it off and keep moving forward, because that's really the only option. Like sometimes the more I think, the more I realize there's nothing to really think about. I have no option but to get the fuck up and keep going, if that makes sense. Yes, this is a crystal. This is a quartz crystal around my neck. This was a quartz crystal of my dad's, and he gave it to me a few years ago. We put it on this necklace, and I always wear it when I need a little extra strength, and for some reason today I felt like I did. So we'll see what comes. Weird day, weird year. Weird day, weird week, weird month, weird year. Going back to the Streamlabs, another one just came in from Glenn Caesar. Glenn's my man. He says, on a separate note, it's been an interesting past few days for me and my cerebral palsy systems, but it reminded me of a saying that my teacher once said to me in regards to my health. Quote, if your income exceeds your outflow, then your upkeep will be your downfall. If your income exceeds your outflow, and your upkeep will be your downfall. I don't get it. If your income, are you talking about finances or just things that exceeds, like how much you're taking in exceeds how much you're putting out, then your upkeep will be your downfall. I don't get it, Glenn. It doesn't resonate with me. I mean, I physically understand it, but I don't really understand the relevance of that with your health. Let us know, Glenn. Elaborate. Would love to hear more. But then Glenn said, okay, another one came in from Glenn. Glenn then said, so I definitely got to up my game / increase my amount of yoga and meditation time on a daily basis. I'm realizing that I've been slipping a bit recently and that I need to get back into a higher state of mind / flow of energies. Anyhow, RJ, thanks for reminding me. Glenn, you got it going on, man. And I hope that you do get back into it. And I think after I've got Jake's show tonight at 6, shout out to Schmobates, then I think that I will probably do a yoga, mindful meditation, the whole thing. Or at least I'm going to get on the bike. I ate so much shit this week. I feel like a fucking blob. Oh boy. Wow. It's not my show, LOL. It's Alex's. Wait, Jake, what do you mean? Jake, you asked me on Alex's show? You're not even on the show? What? Jake, are you serious? Tell me more. I'm so confused. What? Okay. Jake, give me more info. Says I'm on in the background. Okay, so you're on the show. What do you mean? And it's your show. Not saying you're it's only you. Still, because Jake, I'd do anything for you. This one's for you. All right. Let's talk about that time that Trump asked a reporter to take off his mask, shall we? Shall we? Shall we? I mean, Like, what do you want in a president of the United States? Just wondering. Is what you're hoping for somebody who doesn't want people interviewing him to wear a mask? Just wondering, because that's exactly what we have. He was being interviewed at a press conference in which he is being spoken to by somebody asking a question, as happens at the press conferences. And he's like, I'm going to need you to take off your mask. It's very muffled under there. I can't hear it. You're far enough away. It's fine. I'm just watching that shit, and I was like, is this real life? This can't possibly be real fucking life. Like, how are we living in a world in which this is the case? All right, let's see if I can play this for you guys. I'll just play a little.
You're going to have to take that off, please. Just, you can take it off. How many feet are you away? Well, if you don't take it off, you're very muffled. So if you would take it off, it would be a lot easier.
I'll just speak a lot louder. Is that
better? It's better, yeah. It's better.
And he seems like so annoyed. And then, like, later on, somebody else had their mask, took off their mask to ask a question, and he said, you sound so clear as opposed to everyone else where they refuse. You sound so clear as opposed to everyone else where they refuse. It's like, oh my God, you're the president of the United States, and you want people in a room full of other people to take off their mask to ask you questions. What? You're the president. You're the fucking president. We're in a global pandemic. And it's hard enough to get people to wear masks. And then you keep asking people to take off masks. Just can't even. I can't. There's not that much time to be spent on that because it is what it is. And we're not shocked because every single day on this show we say something about Trump that's like, you don't even know what we're going to talk about on this show once hopefully he gets out of office. Because he's taken up so much of our brain space and time just on being who he frickin' is. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Let me know what you guys think. Super chat, Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I would love to hear your thoughts on keeping up with the Kardashians going away, on Big Brother being potentially problematic, on Trump asking a reporter to take off his mask, or on this next topic, which is the fact that Borat 2 is not just in the works. It was shot and screened already. This is wild. I saw my boy Jeff Snyder broke this story for Collider, and I was shocked. So exclusive Borat 2 has already been shot and screened by Sacha Baron Cohen. Last month, we noticed social media reports about Sacha Baron Cohen shooting something in Los Angeles as one of his most beloved characters. And today, Collider can exclusively report that Borat 2 has already been shot and even screened for a select few industry types. According to multiple sources, the sequel finds Borat thinking he's a big movie star after the success of the original 2006 film made him famous, so he's trying to hide from the public by pretending to be someone else. And then he starts meeting and interviewing people. I could not want a Borat 2 more, especially right now. I love Sacha Baron Cohen. I think that he is brilliant. I think he is one of the best comedians of our time. I think that he is an unbelievably ballsy person who just and I know he's not the only one to do what he's done. But God, he's one of the greats. He really is phenomenal. And I like the rest of the planet right now, I'm extremely depressed and fucked up in the head and need Borat in my life. Who doesn't want another throw the Jews down the well? So my country can be free. He pushes boundaries in a way that makes me cry. I'm laughing so hard. And yes, some of it inappropriate, totally. I miss the Ali G show so much. I think Borat was probably my favorite part of the Ali G show, but I don't even know that all three of those characters were so incredible, so good. And the fact that he was filming seemingly during the pandemic, I need to know more. Like, what is the plot of this? When do we get to see it? They've already screened it. He is so dope. I have to sip my tea. You guys just think about how amazing Sacha Baron Cohen is. Yep. Oh, Kate says it's my top 5 movies ever. Favorite movies ever. Wow. Lewis says I don't need Borat in my life. Really? How? I do. I really need Borat in my life. He's so funny. He's so off and different than any other character, and like silly and weird and politically, like his political commentary, everything. God, yes, yes. So this is the movie that I want. I would for sure go to a drive-in to see this. I would rent it on whatever VOD platform it was on. I would spend $25 to see this movie in a heartbeat if I had to. Just yes, 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 yes to the Borats of the world. Yes to Borat 2. Do something to make me laugh during this time, which leads me into my next conversation. For those of you guys asking if I've given my Tenet review yet, I have not, and I am about to right now. And I will start with this. For sure, Tenet was an interesting movie to watch during quarantine. Just to paint the picture a little bit for you guys, because I like practicing social distance and safety, especially during COVID. I went with Steph Sabra, who is in my very small circle of people I see, to go see Tenet at a drive-in theater in San Diego over Memorial Day weekend. And it was obviously very safe. We stayed inside the car the whole time. We did go to the bathroom at one point. That was a strange experience. I've not been to a public bathroom in a really long time. But we were in the car. The screen was massive. My stereo system is good, so the sound was great. And it was a lovely experience. We had all of the snacks you could possibly want, like full-blown meals and all the candy. And we were set the F up. So my movie going experience was really wonderful, especially because I haven't been to the movies in a really long time. The actual movie was good. It was a good movie. I am a huge Christopher Nolan fan. I know a lot of people love Christopher Nolan's work, but don't love him as a person. A lot of people don't like his work. A lot of people like his work and like him as a person. When I say that I cannot disconnect the art from the artist, in this case, I can, because does he say some pretentious things? Yeah, but I think he is one of the best filmmakers of our time. I love what he decides to highlight. I think that he picks interesting stories. I love trippy things that deal with time and place. And I feel like what M. Night Shyamalan does for twists, Christopher Nolan does for stoners. Like, I know that that's such a weird way of putting it, but how he twists and manipulates time and location and everything in all of his movies, I love that stuff because it makes me think. It's weird. That being said, it's not always the easiest to grasp. And this movie was rather complicated. And I don't mean complicated like anybody can fully get it the first time. I mean like complicated like, okay, I kind of see what you're doing there, but maybe on rewatch, it would be a little clearer. I don't even know if that makes sense. And like multiple times, again, no spoilers, but throughout the movie, if something didn't make sense, they would address it head on by being like, don't think too much about it. And it was like, but I am thinking about it. And I don't really know how that makes sense. But I guess I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and just play in the rules that you've created here, which I'm usually pretty good about. I felt like this movie lacked heart, which was what made it more challenging for me. Like, I didn't fall in love with any of the characters the way that I have in some of his previous movies. Like, for me, his TDK trilogy takes the cake, but Inception is another one that I absolutely adore. Memento, I love so much. And these things to me have heart and soul, as opposed to this movie, which was trippy and weird and interesting, but it didn't have that same I'm rooting for you, I love you, or I feel passionate about this factor that some of his others have. Robert Pattinson and John David Washington are both two incredible actors. I thought their characters in this were very similar. I feel like one could have played the other pretty easily. There was not much. They were very similar characters. Elizabeth Debicki is like awesome. Just think she's great. You could tell that they wanted her character to be the core, the heart, but I was frustrated with her character. I thought she made some choices that were confusing and not explained. And when you think too much about it, it's like, why did you do what you did now? What? Or like just a little hard to say without spoiling anything, but just some of her choices were strange to me and unexplained. I had heard from people that the music was overpowering. I definitely didn't think that. Maybe that was because of the stereo system or whatever, but the dialogue was absolutely audible. The music was not that loud at all. So, yeah. And again, this movie was interesting. It was intriguing. It made me think. It was like, oh, okay. What if that? And how about this? Could that happen? Wow. But it didn't make me feel the way that some of his other movies do. So in general, definitely worth seeing. I think it also is a suffering for coming out during this time, not just because people can't go, but because right now, for me, I want a movie filled with hope, love, heart, passion, humor. This was a little too like so out there, not at all relevant to what's going on today and not inspiring, that it was like, this just feels like a weird time to be watching this film. Just felt a little strange. So that is my review of Tenet. If you guys have any questions, then let me know. I really liked it. I didn't love it. I'm excited to see it again at some point so that I can have even more thoughts on it. I still think that Christopher Nolan is one of the greats. I talked to my dad afterwards, and he was like, I'm never going to see another one of that man's movies. I don't like movies that are that complicated or that deal with time that way. Like, he was just like so not about that life, and I get it. It's not for everybody. I think Steph was on a very similar page that I was. We felt very similarly. Sometimes we'd look at each other and be like, but for the most part, I think she is similar to me. Like, definitely appreciated it. Looked really cool too. A lot of the visuals are great. But yeah, I definitely didn't understand the complaint that you can't hear it. I could hear every word, definitely. So, Weston says Roxy seems like she doesn't like detail-oriented stuff. I feel like that's so not true about me. I feel like that's a absolute not truth about me. I love detail-oriented things. I think it's all in the details. I don't really know. The ailment's the same. I had 0 audio issues. Yeah, I kept hearing that, but I don't know what people are talking about. I really don't understand what people were talking about with the audio issue, but again, it could be about the theater. So let's get into Streamlabs again. I see another one coming in from Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate your love and support. Glenn says, 1 of 2, Roxy, my interpretation of what he's saying is that if you give out more energy to other people / situations in your life, your outflow is more than the love and energies that you bring in for yourself through self-care, your income. Okay, let's see what the rest of that is. That was just part 1 of 2. We can patiently wait for part 2 of 2. Then maintaining your health / good quality will eventually lead to physical, mental, and emotional health concerns or other difficulties in various aspects of your life. In my case, CP symptoms worsen when I'm not meditating, doing yoga enough. Oh, Glenn, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely get it. And glad that you are conscious enough or aware enough to know that you need to start doing those things so that your input can at least match your output so that you can be as whole as possible. Oh, definitely an IMAX thing, says Mr. Vaggio. Interesting. Yeah, I for sure didn't have that issue, but obviously was not in IMAX. So, yeah, I really wish that I thought this movie was fucking awesome. Like, I was so excited and ready for Christopher Nolan to, who's like, you have to see this in theaters and like all those things that people think are pretentious and dickish and whatever. I was so excited for it to be like, for everybody to be like, but it was worth it. I mean, like, he's a dick, but it's right? And like, I just haven't heard anybody yet be like, this is his best movie. It blows everything else out of the water. Like, if that was the case, then I feel like, okay, so he's one of those directors, but he performs. And instead, I was kind of like, TBH? I could have watched this on my TV. Like, super stoned and like chilling on my couch. It was cool to see it that big. However, I could have watched it at home. I could have. And like, a movie like this deserves a big screen. I'm not saying it doesn't. Just saying it's not, it wasn't like his number one. I have not heard anybody call it his number one film yet. Have you guys heard that yet? I have not. Okay. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Oh, Jake Yacovetta with that huge support says, Glenn ain't the only one who can be profound. ... Balls. So profound, Jake. Balls, am I right? It's all about the balls. Appreciate your support, Jake. That's full of balls. Holy shit, guys. I'm so fucking tired. I am going to go because we are doing Schmobates in an hour and 10 minutes. So don't forget to join us there. Jake, will you put the link in the chat so I can pull it up? And sorry, Susie, I didn't even explain why the later stream. I had different things today. I was recording a Schmodown match, and SEN ran long, and then the match was pushed, and then actually one of the people who was competing had to come film it here because their place internet was not working. It was like a whole thing, so everything just kept running really, really long. So that is why. Glenn Caesar says, also, Roxy, pretty awesome that you're wearing clear quartz crystal today. I need to get back to working with my crystals too. Crystals are great. I wish I had more. I love crystals. Jake Yacovetta throwing up that link. Thank you, Jake. Oh, look, see, Roxy's doing her singing thing. All right, everyone. Stay safe. Stay as healthy as you can. And Jake, make your fucking bed. I love you guys lots. I will be back tomorrow. Oh, shit. I know my timing has been so wonky for a few days, but tomorrow I am on set filming. My call time is 10 a.m., and they've said it's only a 2-hour shoot. It's supposed to be a really quick one. So theoretically, I should be back in time to go up at 1. However, I know these things sometimes take time, so I might not be available at 1. It might be 2 or 3. I know that we do World Girl Wednesdays at 6, so definitely before then. I'll keep you guys as posted as I can. I wish I had more information, but yeah, Jake saying Mark Andreyko versus Jeff Snyder on Schmobates tonight with Roxy as the co-host. Hell yeah, so excited about it. Hope I don't fuck it up. Fuck it up. Yeah, okay. Anyway, those are all my words today. That's all she's got. Bye.